Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. On today's episode with Andrea's asanas, I want to talk about epigenetic memory. It's not something I'm an expert on. I'm just going to talk to you about my experience of it. That's what I do on all my videos. Anything that I talk about, it's because I've had experience with it or I'm telling you about my experience with it. I don't talk about something that I'm not experiencing myself or have at some point in my life. That's just how it is. I'm not going to speak on things that I don't know anything about. So there we have it. I have come to understand, and you guys can correct me if you're wrong, and maybe if this isn't exactly epigenetic memory, it can be in some other topic or some other theme, I guess, but this is the truth, what I've been experiencing of my truth. So we store memories in our body. That's kind of come to be like a common thing that people have known. And a lot of people store trauma, but I'm beginning to realize it for myself for sure. And this is what I've heard about. So the epigenetic can mean that we have memories stored within our DNA that aren't necessarily ours. They can be ancestral. And so that means we're taking on things that have happened in the past that aren't even necessarily ours. And I do think some of this is true just in the sense that we can know about experiences and feel them even if they haven't happened to us. And for me, and it also kind of comes into the thing with yoga, and when you start to align in different ways and realign your body, and I definitely know that with having such bad sciatica for as long as I did, I'm not kidding you, I had that for like on and off probably 15 plus years since I had that injury. And since I've been realigning with that, there are things that come up that I know, and there's even memories that I know haven't happened to me, but are like traumatic that I'm like flushing out of my system. And I think this kind of goes along with a little bit, I've talked about how I don't think it's good to have an addiction to porn. Partly too, because when you're looking at that, you're not able to realize what's in your own head, your own coconut. And you don't have to attach, like, some of the things that have come up, I'm like, okay, I know that's never happened to me. I know we can change our memories around a little bit and things like that, but I have a pretty good memory of like since I was very young. I remember almost everything my whole life. I remember. Just, little screenshots here and there. But so the point is, so it's good to try to realign ourselves, try to change our posture, try to flesh these things out. Definitely not attached to them, not feel like, oh, I'm a horrible person because I'm having this thought that probably isn't even mine, as somebody else's. I just watched one of my friends who's a meditation teacher. He's amazing, Michael Franklin, on his meditation today. And so I'm going to steal this from him, but I just gave him credit in case he ever sees it. He says, and on one breath, when you breathe in, be held. And then on the next breath, you can hold. So on one breath, be held. On the next breath, hold. On one breath, be held. On the next breath, hold. very, very stiff just in this area. I was watching some of my old videos and I'm excited to, I am excited to get back home because it's nice to be in my room and doing the yoga. It is more movement than in here. I can still do it in here, but there is less movement that's I can do. But I definitely can do this, and I need to do this. Oh. Hold. Be held. Give. And receive. It's also even the most simple thing you can do is receive a breath and release a breath. Receive a breath and release a breath. Oh, which way was I going? I tried to get my hair done yesterday and it didn't happen. It's seeming to become a more difficult task than I thought. So I'm going to have to wait maybe a couple weeks or end up doing it myself. I don't know. That's the last resort. Hey, I can do a lot of things. Why not that? I have people I can consult. I know several hairstylists that I could at least ask if I'm getting the right products, and then I just have to put it on. Oh, inhale, arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, release them to your sides. I've been having a couple issues falling asleep lately, and I've noticed my number one foolproof thing that's helped me is just doing my gratitude mantras as I'm laying there, and that just brings my mind completely back to center, because otherwise it is just going. And it's great that we sleep and we can rest our body, but the mind doesn't rest when we're asleep. It doesn't. So you have to give your mind some rest while you're awake. Do a sequence here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Inhale, up dog. Oops. Getting into my posture. Whew. I can't even go straight into down dog just yet. I may do some cat cows and then I'm going to go back into that up dog. Okay. Oh, when you have long hair, it's going to get in your face sometimes. That's just the fact of the matter. Just do your best and leave the rest up to fate. I like that saying. Hold. Release. Not every letting go of something has to be a trauma. Not every loss has to be a trauma. Sometimes it can just be, it can be like a opportunity for something else to come in. That's the way I like to look at it. I did that cold plunge yesterday, and it was so cool because, first of all, I made a new friend. I'm really happy about that. And I'm proud of myself for attracting in the right people, because that's not, sometimes I've noticed, and I assume it has to do if I'm on the wrong frequency myself. I've gotten like some strange, we'll just say strange comments from some people here and there. People have come at me in like a weird way, or it's, come at me sideways, we'll say. But the person that I went with was a wonderful human being, like very conscientious, very respectful, kind, genuine, non-threatening human. And yes, and it was a man. I felt completely safe at all times. Yes, he had big muscles and could have overpowered me, but he even mentioned something at one point of feeling like having intrusive thoughts, like, because like he at one point he went to change in the restroom out of his wet shorts into dry ones, and he's like, yeah, I had a thought that maybe I'd come out and you'd be gone. We all have those thoughts sometimes, like, you're going to meet a stranger, like, oh, I hope nothing bad happens to me. At one point I'm like, all right, here I go to go get murdered. So silly. I know I'm not going to be killed that way. You guys know it's going to be in some bizarre accident. Won't be murdered. But the cool thing about it is that I forgot how far that I've come, because, I've been doing this. I think that was like my 8th or 9th time. When I was telling him, I'm like, I think I've done it a handful of times. And I started counting. I'm like, well, I'm getting up there in these times I've done this. And so I was just like, okay, we come over here and we get over here, and then and I set my timer, and like, you just go right in here and you sit in here like this. And he's like, he went to try to go in, and he's like, I can't get in there. I can't do it. He's just standing in like this much water, and I'm sitting in there. And he was in the Marines for 5 years, and so I was giving him a little bit of a push in that way. That's what happens when you tell people your history. They can not use it against you. But I was like, now come on. You've been in the Marines. You were in the Marines for 5 years. I know in your basic training, they made you do worse than this. Like, you can do it. So he did end up going, I think he like went to here. Is what he ended up going in. But I was proud of myself. I'm not trying to show off or anything. I just thought it was cool that I'm so used to it now that it was like nothing to me, and I forgot that actually is kind of a big deal. It was nice to be with someone else that was noticing all the things about it too, because when you get out of the water, when it's that cold, everything around you is hot, and he's like, I don't even feel like I need to use my towel. It's so warm right now when you get out of there. I'm like, yeah, that's so true. I usually don't even use my towel until I get to my car. I just kind of pick it up. I don't know why I bring it out there. I guess just out of habit. Be held. Hold. Be held. Hold. Inhale. Receive. Exhale. Release. And if anyone of you is ever having an issue sleeping and you don't want to take a melatonin, do a gratitude mantra. Just start from the top of your head and go down. You can think of anything you want. Sometimes I'll focus just on my organs, like, thank you for my heart, thank you for my stomach, thank you for my liver, thank you for my sex organs, thank you for my uterus. I guess that's the same thing. Thank you for my cervix. Thank you for my ovaries. Thank you for my gallbladder. Thank you for my intestines. I have a whole giant anatomy book. I'll have to show you guys that sometime. It's pretty amazing because it's huge. It's like 2 feet big. It's giant. I like that about it. Okay, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. I love you all, and I hope to hear from you.